I'm going to show you how to use Lucidchart today to start planning your programs. Lucidchart is a tool that professionals use. They use it because it's simple. They can focus on the thinking instead of focusing on how to use the tool, and they use it because it's visual and it's way easier to plan things visually. So I have I'm in the folder, I'm wherever. For you to get here, just go into ClassLink, and I think it's already installed for you. If it's not, holler Lucid and choose whichever one. I have both installed. I might have made one of those, but choose whichever Lucid you're going into. Yours won't be in a folder unless you put it there already. So coming back here, I'm going to do new. I want a Lucidchart, not a Lucidspark. Spark is just for brainstorming. I want a Lucidchart, and I want it to be blank. Oh, and then it loads. It gives me some kind of tip. I'm going to use the flowchart stuff that's all built in. If I preferred, I could do shapes. I could go in and do all kinds of other fancy things. Mind map, and I don't care which one of these you really do, but the flowchart works really well because it has some built-in things. You'll notice if I hover, it kind of comes through and says what each one is built for. Again, I don't care. I mean, you can use pretty shapes if you prefer. I like to do the full flowchart because that also teaches me how to do this. Again, more the way a professional would do it. So let's say that I'm going to build a very simple, well, let's say I'm going to build a game. So I'm going to start, the first thing I want, of course, is I want them to put in their name. And I want to store their name as a variable. Probably, but I want them to put in their name, and then I can do something cool. Let's say I can make a decision, drag this out, here's my decision, and I can do something like, if it's my name, and it always starts with the yes. Yes, if it's my name, then say, that's a great name. If it's not my name, that's okay. Then no matter what happens, I want it to come down and say, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Say that's a great name. I want it to say, welcome to my game. And then I want the value of name. I'll just italicize that so I know what's going on. And then I could click and drag from this. Oops, didn't grab it. There we go. And just attach it to that box. Now as I redo this, it will just find its spot. It just works. Okay, so I got my name. Let's store it as a variable. I can do all this stuff. So core things, one, you could drag something over and then attach it like that. You could create a new spot just anywhere or from one of the places that it actually makes sense, and you can attach it anywhere. You can also just start dragging, from the edge, and it will give you all the options as well. Hovering will show you the thing. If I want to include an image, I can do that as well. I always search for an image for cow because it's safe, but apparently it's not working right now. I don't know what the deal is. Come on, Google Images. There we go. Here's Bessie. And I could just drag this up, over, drop it. Now, of course, for your assignment, somehow the audience needs to understand this. Just a couple other mistakes students sometimes make. If I click on the line, I can reattach that somewhere else so it looks a little nicer. And of course, here's my resize. I also change the formats of my lines if I prefer them to be curvy instead. I can reciprocate or just do a straight line. Some people like that better. I like the default because it's really easy to read, so I suggest you do that. When you are done, like, it will automatically make as many pages as you need. So if you export this as a PNG, it's gonna, not a PNG, if you export it as a PDF, it's going to create a file that's like 18 slides long, and it's going to be like name, and then that's it, that's on it. I suggest you take a screenshot of it. Just make sure it's zoomed in enough that it's readable. So that's the basic introduction to Lucidchart. Plan out your program here and then submit it in Canvas.